Okay, guys, we are going to take some notes and then we are going to do some practice problems. Like I told you in class yesterday, 8A, we go at a pretty fast clip, okay? We have to keep up with LT, and this is high school class, so just want to warn you, I am going to try to keep this video to under 10 minutes, okay? Sometimes I tend to talk a lot, so I will do my best to do that. And then once you're done with this video and taking these notes, you need to look at the agenda on Google Classroom or the calendar and make sure that you complete the problems as well, okay? So we are in our packet, 8A Unit 1 notes, okay? We are going to go ahead. You can read the targets on your own. And I'm not going to spend any time on page 2, just to say that these are all topics you should already know, okay? Most of Unit 1 is review. So I would expect that you would glance through these. If you don't know what something means, you're going to look at the chapter that it's listed under, and you'll go to that textbook, and you will review those terms and definitions, okay? Let's go ahead and flip to page 3. Okay, we're on page 3. I'm going to just circle that in case I know some of you are not listening to me. You're just taking notes. Let's not do that. Okay. Chapter 1, lesson 1.1 and 1.2, evaluate. Okay, you need to know the difference between evaluate and solve. Evaluate. We are going to use, I can't spell already, use our knowledge of order of operations. Order of, oh goodness, it's rough already. Order of operations and properties of real numbers to simplify an expression. Okay? That is what evaluate means. Okay? On the other hand, let's just switch colors so you can actually, they don't run together. If we are asked to solve something, we are going to isolate the variable. Okay? Yeah, that's too serious. Let's write that again. Isolate the variable in an equation. Okay, I'm going to write it out this time, but typically you're going to see that I use the letters EQ for equation or an inequality. And I hope you guys all remember from working with Mr. Robert last year or Mr. Harris that the word isolate means to get alone. Okay, so you're just going to get that variable by itself. Moving down, looking at lesson 1.1 and 1.2, order of operations. You guys have been doing this for years. Okay, you're going to have kind of your hierarchy, and it's a little hard to read, so we're just going to draw it over. Let's see, we've got our parentheses. Okay, we do those first. Next, we're going to have our E, which stands for exponents. Exponents and actually roots. Okay, this is parentheses. Parentheses. Let's see, we got next, we've got multiplication and division. And make sure that you know to do those from left to right. Okay, and then after that, we do addition and subtraction, and same left to right. Okay, so don't forget that. Moving on to page 4. Okay, see what we got here. Example 1. Describe the error in the left column, i.e. the error in evaluating the expression, then evaluate correctly in the right-hand column. Okay, so if you look at this, you have to be able to see, right? If you look at this problem on the left, there is a mistake. Maybe 1, maybe 2, I don't know. Let's look and see, okay? We have order of operations. We should have done parentheses for, oh, I can see it already. The error was their order of ops, right? What comes first? I hope you remember that parentheses come first, okay? So if we actually go ahead and do this problem correctly, we look inside the parentheses. Inside the parentheses, we're going to do exponents first, okay? So I actually, especially if you're having a hard time, rewrite every step. 37 minus 3 times, well, we said that we're going to do our exponent inside our parentheses first. 8 squared is 64 minus 40. Okay, that's step 1. Next, we're going to actually do what's inside the parentheses, which is 64 minus 40. What is that? 24. Okay. We are going to do multiplication before subtraction. So 3 times 24 is 72. 37 minus, what did I say? 72. And 37 minus 72, it's going to be negative 35. Okay, so that's how you should have correctly done that problem. Moving on to number 2, we'll do a few examples, okay, and then you'll be able to do your homework. Number 1, evaluate the following expression, show your work, and circle your final answer. No calculator, okay, guys? Don't get in that bad habit. Okay, parentheses first, and what's inside those parentheses? Exponents. We're going to do that first. 15 minus 3, 3 to the third, or 3 cubed. 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, plus 2, okay? Then we're going to do what's inside those parentheses. 15 minus 3 times 29, okay? Multiplication before subtraction. 3 times 29, let's see, what is that? 87, okay? We've got 15 minus 87, and 15 minus 87, you guys should be able to do that in your head. Negative 72, and I circle my final answer, okay? 2b, okay? Be careful when we have numerator and denominator. I do top and then I do bottom, okay? So let's look at that top first. 64 minus 2 cubed. Well, I know I have to do exponents first. 64 minus 8, okay? On the bottom, I'm going to do the parentheses before the exponent, okay? So 3 minus 6 is negative 3. Got negative 3, my squared, okay? 64 minus 8 is what? 56? Yeah. Negative 3 squared. Negative times the negative is positive, so we got 9. 56 divided by 9. That is, or 56 over 9, is an improper fraction. We're never going to leave our final answer as an improper fraction. So you can either see right away that that's 6 and 2/9, right? Did I do that right? Yep. And if you have to, you can do the division on the side. That's going to give me 6, 54, 2, that's where I got my 2/9, okay? So there's my final answer. 2/9 is what? 6.2 repeated. You can also do that if you recognize it, okay? 2c, insert grouping symbols in the following expression so that the value of the expression is 32. This is a fun problem, okay? I think it's kind of like a puzzle, right? We're trying to figure out where we can put parentheses so the answer is 32. Let's think about this for a second. I'm looking. If I do 20 plus 8, that's going to give me 28 times 7. No, that's going to be that's going to give me too big of a number. Let's see if I put them around, and that's not going to work. I think, let's look at this. What if I do that? I think that's going to work. 7 minus 4 is 3, right? Next, we're going to do multiplication division from left to right. 8 times 3 is 24. Division before addition, 24 divided by 2 is 12. Oh, look at that, 32, okay? And again, how did I do that? There was no rhyme or reason. I was just kind of putting parentheses at different spots. I just did it in my head. If you have to write it out, that's perfectly acceptable. I just messed around with it in my head until I could figure out where those parentheses would go, and I kind of just chunked it. I did the 20 plus 8 first, and I did it in my head what would happen. Didn't work. 8 times 7, put that in parentheses, see what happens. It didn't work. I go to the next set, okay? That's just kind of how I do it. I walk through it. Okay, let's look at 2D. Insert grouping symbols again in the following expression so that the value of the expression is what? What does that say? 84? This one's trickier. Okay. Well, if I make that, we want this to equal 84, right? 5 plus 7, if I put it there, it's going to be 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 12 times 9, 30. Nope, that's not going to work. If I put this in parentheses, I'm going to get 7 times 9 is 63, 30. That's not going to work. Oh, I already see it. Look at that. I think that's going to work. See, 3 times 3 is, did I do that right? Yeah, 3 times 3 is 9, minus 2 is 7. Let's try this one. Okay, next I'm going to do my multiplication. I can do either multiplication, right? 5 plus 49 plus 30. I think that's going to give it to me. 49 plus 30 is 79 plus 5, 84. Look at that, okay? I've been doing this a long time. a lot longer than you. So I don't expect that you're going to get this right away. You're probably going to have to fiddle around with it a little bit, okay, until you get the right answer. But the whole key is you just have to figure out where to put the parentheses so the answer is 84, okay? I know I'm a little over on the time. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else I absolutely want to do. And there, I just want to flip to page 9, okay? So you're going to skip a bunch of pages. I promised you 10. We're going to go just a little bit over, okay? I want you to turn, you can see it here, page 9, okay? I want to skip a bunch of pages, and I just want to introduce this because I have a feeling we're going to run out of time tomorrow in class, okay? Expression versus equation, okay? I just want you to write down this definition quickly. Algebraic expression is a math phrase that may contain, let's see, numbers, variables, what else? And operations, right? Minus, plus, etc., etc. Let's say in various combinations, right? Combinations. Okay. So, for example, you could have 3x. That's an expression. A little semicolon. We could have, how about 3x plus 12? That's an expression. You have tons of them, okay? Those are just a couple examples. On the other hand, an equation is a math statement that the values of two, let's see, a math statement that the values of two, let's say, math expressions, E, are equal. That's the key term there. Yes, and then it's equal to each other, okay? Addition. Complete the 2 graphic organizers below, listing all words and phrases that mean add, subtract, etc. Okay, so addition. We've got tons of them, right? We got add. You could use the word sum. In total, both, all, combined, gain. If you guys can think of any others, put them on there. I think I've exhausted all of what I can think of. Okay, subtraction. You've got the obvious ones. You subtract. You can say minus. That's what you did when you guys were younger. Difference. That's a big one you're going to see in word problems, okay? Another one you used when you were little, right? Take away. Loss. Decreased by. There's probably more, but that's all I can think of right now. Okay, we'll go to multiplication. Times. I should really know this one. Product. That's always an important one. Multiply by. Multiply. Let's see if I can spell. Of. This is huge in word problems. You see that word all the time. That is a big hint, big clue that you're using multiplication. Sometimes you're going to see the word just by as well, okay? Division. We're going to say divided by, quotient, oopsie, quotient, sometimes over, okay? And then equals, you could see the words in total. What else? Same as, oopsie, same as, okay? And a couple other little symbols to keep in mind. This is greater than, okay? This is greater than or equal to, okay? Less than, and we got less than or equal to, okay? So you remember what those are, okay? And I would have liked to have gotten to one more page, but I promised you 10. I got you 14 and a half. We will quit, and you guys can start your homework, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.